It's changed, okay? And VU and 1 here and 2 here. So they interchange the velocity before and after collision. That is first case. You see, very interesting. Okay. Second case. If M2 much is very, very big compared to M1. So in this case, you can imagine you have a worm. It's with very big mass, right? And then you have a ball moving and hit the worm. And then what do you see? You see the ball is turned back, right? The ball is turned back. So how about this work? We check how about this formula work. So in this case, M2 is at rest. So M2 is the worm. And M1 is the ball. Initially, the worm is at rest, of course. And so this guy at rest, so which means that U2 equal to 0. So I take another color. In this case, U2 equals 0. Equals 0, so you don't have this term, U2. And U2, you don't have this term. And also M2 much greater than M1, so you calculate, for example, V1 is M1 minus M2, U1 divided by M1 plus M2. Okay. So because M2 is very, very big comparing to M1. So you divide this by M2. So you will have M1 divided by M2 minus 1. U1 over M1 divided by M2 plus 1. Because M2 much bigger than M1, so M1 divided by M2 go to 0. Because this is very big and this is very small. So 0 here, 0 here. And then you get this minus U1. And how about V2? V2, you do the same. V2 is 2 M1 M2 U1 divided by 1 plus M1 divided by M2. And this one 0, this one 0, so this one 0. So in this case, you get V1 is minus U1 and V2 still 0. So what does it mean? The word is number 2. The ball is number 1, right? So the velocity of the ball after collision is the opposite direction to the initial and keep the same magnitude. So the ball hit the wall and is turned back. You see in the reality. And how about the wall after collision? After collision, the velocity of the wall is still 0. So the wall still at rest. So this is what you see in the reality. When you hit the ball, when the ball hits the wall and go back. Is it okay? So you see this formula work very well in these two cases. And then you see in the reality. The third case. If M1 is very large compared to M2, vice versa, right? M1 is very large. And M2 is initially at rest. How about this case? So this case is you have a rod here. You have very small guy, very small object is here. At rest. It's a very big object, like a car a car, very big object. It's moving with the initial velocity u1 and collide with the very small guy, right? So I think this very small guy is standing here, and this very big guy, very heavy guy is go and hit it. So what happened? Okay. So I think in this case, you see in the some accident on the road, you see some accident. There are some bicycle moving here, and this a very big car, and very big, even the van, and hit the bicycle. So the bicycle is at rest. So what happened? So in this case, you see here, M2 at rest, M2 at rest. So U2 is 0.